Hey everyone! Welcome back to Knowledge YouTube channel, your place for mind-blowing facts, science insights, and all things knowledge. If you love learning new things about the world around us, you've come to the right spot. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our awesome videos. Today, we've got a fascinating topic that's gonna make you look at bananas, and even humans, a little differently. Did you know that humans share about 60% of their DNA with bananas? Sounds pretty wild, right? But it's true, and today we're going to dive deep into why that is, how DNA works, and what this DNA similarity can teach us about the connections between all living things. So, let's get started. Key points to highlight in the video. Basic DNA info. Explain what DNA is and how it functions. DNA similarities. Discuss why humans and bananas share DNA and what that means biologically. Evolutionary perspective. Connect the fact to our shared evolutionary history. Importance of understanding DNA. Broaden the viewer's understanding of how DNA connects all living things. Before we get into the surprising DNA similarity between humans and bananas, let's quickly talk about what DNA is. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is the genetic blueprint that carries all the instructions for how an organism grows, develops, and functions. It's the code that makes us who we are. Now, DNA is made up of sequences of nucleotides, which are like the building blocks of the genetic code. These nucleotides are arranged in pairs to form a double helix structure. Think of it like a twisted ladder, with the rungs made up of pairs of these nucleotides. The similarity between humans and bananas. So what does it mean when we say humans share 60% of our DNA with bananas? Well, it's not as crazy as it sounds. DNA doesn't just code for what makes us human. It also contains genes for basic biological functions that we share with many other living organisms, including plants. For example, the genes involved in basic cellular processes, like cell division, protein production, and energy conversion, are incredibly similar between humans and bananas. These are fundamental functions that nearly all living organisms need to survive, whether you're a human, a banana, or a bacterium. So, in a way, we all share some of the same basic biological machinery. Why 60%? Now you might be wondering, why 60%? Why not 100% or just 10%? Well, the 60% DNA similarity refers to genes that perform basic, essential tasks within our cells. Humans and bananas may look very different on the outside, but at the molecular level, we share a lot of the same tools for keeping our cells functioning. Think about it. Both humans and bananas need to produce energy, replicate cells, and respond to environmental signals. The basic toolkit of life, so to speak, is pretty similar across many different species. And this shared toolkit is part of the reason why so many living things on Earth share similar DNA. Evolutionary connection. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. This DNA similarity gives us a glimpse into the evolutionary history of life on Earth. Scientists believe that all living organisms share a common ancestor that lived billions of years ago. Over time, this common ancestor evolved and diversified into the wide variety of life forms we see today. From humans to bananas to bacteria, the genes that are shared between humans and bananas are some of the oldest and most fundamental, so they've been passed down through millions of years of evolution. The more similar an organism's DNA is to ours, the more closely related we are in evolutionary terms. This shared genetic material is a piece of evidence that all life on Earth is interconnected. The role of DNA in plant and animal similarity. It's also interesting to note that plants and animals are both part of the tree of life, and many of our core biological processes overlap. For instance, the process of photosynthesis is crucial to plants, while humans don't do photosynthesis. But we do share some of the same basic proteins that help cells harness energy. Even though we're not directly involved in photosynthesis, our DNA contains genes that are related to similar processes. It's a reminder of how life, despite its vast diversity, shares common threads, surprising connections in nature. So, what does this all mean for us? It's a reminder that we, as humans, are part of a much larger web of life on Earth. We may seem so different from a banana on the surface, but at the molecular level, we share a lot more in common than we realize. We share a common genetic history, and the more we learn about this interconnectedness, the more we understand the complexity and beauty of life itself. The fact that humans share 60% of our DNA with bananas is just one small piece of the puzzle that shows us how nature works. It's also a great example of why we should care about protecting biodiversity, because every species, no matter how different it seems, plays a role in maintaining the balance of life on Earth. Isn't it amazing to think about how all life is connected through DNA? If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more mind-blowing facts about genetics, evolution, and the natural world, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video from us. Thanks for watching, and stay curious. See you in the next video.